Good morning, all. Welcome back to my next session on ER model. ER model is a diagrammatic representation of logical structure of database. So, ER model is a high-level conceptual data model developed by Shane in 1976 to facilitate database design. So, basically, it is used to design the database. So logical structure is designed by a ER diagram also, or by a relational data model also. If we are using the relational data model, we are designing our database in the form of tables. If we are using a ER model, then we are using a ER diagram for the representation of the database. So this is the difference between a ER model and relational data model. So relational data model uses tables and ER model uses ER diagram. Okay, then the entity relation model is a high level conceptual data model. So it means it comes on the conceptual level. It comes in the conceptual level where the schema is designed, where the DBA means database administrator designed the database. At view level, the ER model is considered a good option for designing database. It defines conceptual view of a database. A basic component of the model is the ER diagram, which is used to visually represent data objects. The main purpose of developing a high-level data model is to support a user perceptions of data and to conceal the more technical aspects associated with the database design. So, ER model is very important to design a schema. Next is a component of ER diagrams. Mainly the main components are three components. Number one is entity, second one is relationship, and third one is attributes. So these are the three main components of ER diagram. Means entity, what is entity? The fundamental item in any data model in the entity is the entity. An entity can be a real world object that can be easily identifiable. For example, in a school database, student, teacher, classes, and courses offered can be considered as entities. So all these entities have some attributes and properties that give them their identity. So these are the entities. For example, consider in a university database. So we might have entities, like entities are student table, courses, lecturers. Lecturers means faculties. So a student entity can have attributes, and then student entity can have attribute like roll number, name, and department ID. Likewise, course has also an attribute like course name, course number, that have the attribute. Lecturer has also have also an attributes like lecturer name, lecturer department, which course he is teaching. So these are the attribute associated with lecturers. So they might have a relationship with courses and lecturers, means which faculty is teaching what course. So they have the relationship between courses and lecturers. Next is entity. There is a difference between an entity and entity sets. So what is entity? An entity is basically a real world object. So simple entity is a noun in the world, like the thing is this customer is an entity. So customer is an entity and it has an attributes like course name, course ID, address, department, age, rooms. So this is called the single entity. A single customer is called an entity. I mean, what is entity set? Entity set is a set of entities. Means if we have a more than one customers, we have a data of more than one customers, then it is called the entity set. So an entity set is a set of entities of the same type that share the same property. Please note down, is a set of entities that have the same type and share the same property. That is the entity which share the common properties or attribute. For example, let's take another example. Set of all employees of an organization can be called as entity set employee. For example, in a class, each individual student can be identified by roll number, name, branch, date of birth, etc. They are having common attributes, so they can be grouped in an entity set named student. So they can be grouped in an entity set called student. Or employee, more than one employee have sharing the same attributes, that can also be called as employee set. Next, there is a difference between an entity type and entity. Entity type, basically attributes of entity is considered as entity type. It does not contain any instance, means value. An entity contains a value. It contains the instance in entity. So there is a difference between an entity type and entity. So entity just contain the name of the attributes, and entity consists of values. These are the attributes. So I already told you there are three components of ER model. That is, one is entity, I have already covered. Second one is attributes. So attributes are represented by a set of entity is represented by a set of attributes. So attributes are descriptive properties possessed by each member of an entity set. Each entity may have its own value for each attributes. So database includes a collection of entity set, each of which contain any number of entities of the same type. So entity consists of attributes, and there are different types of attributes like simple attribute, composite attribute, single valued attribute, key attribute, derived attribute, multi-valued attribute. So let's take an example of simple attribute. A simple attribute is an attribute composed of a single component with an independent existence. Simple attribute cannot be further subdivided. For example, age. Age has a single value. We do not have a more than one age. Okay, I do not have a more than one age. If I have a single value. Next is salary. Salary, not more than one salary. If a person is working in a department or in any organization, he has only one salary. Or gender, but I think no one has more than one gender, or single gender is here. So it is an example of simple attribute. Next is composite attribute. Composite attribute is an attribute composed of multiple components, each with an independent existence, is called a composite attribute. For example, address can be subdivided into city and state, right? We can decompose into two sub attributes, like address can be a city and state, like name can be a first name, middle name, last name. So we can subdivide it into names. Okay, we can subdivide the attribute, that is called the composite attribute. Next is single valued attribute. A single valued attribute is one that holds a single value for a single entity. For example, there can be only a single value for a date of birth. So one employee cannot have two date of births. So that is a single value. Single valued is basically same as simple attribute. So there is no difference. Multi-valued attribute. A multi-valued attribute is one that holds multiple values for a single entity. That holds a more than one value for a single entity is called a multi-valued attribute. Some attributes have multiple values for a particular entity. For example, student can have a multiple values for hobby. So a person can have more than one hobby, like playing cricket or dancing. So he or she can have more than one hobby, that is called a multi-valued attribute. Or person can have more than one telephone number, that also comes in a multi-valued attributes. I will show the notation how we denote the multi-valued attribute, composite attribute. I will show you later. Next is derived attribute. Derived attribute is one that represents a value that is derived from the value of a related attribute or a set of attribute. For example, the age attribute can be derived from the date of birth attribute. So we can automatically conclude the date age from the date of birth attribute. It automatically calculates the age. So this is called the derived attribute. So we can calculate the age from the date of birth attribute. Next is key attribute. Key attribute is also known as identifier attribute for uniquely identifying each entity in an entity set. One or more entity attribute can be made as a key attribute. For example, each employee in an employee entity set can be uniquely identified by its employment number attributes. So no two employee can have the same employee number. So it should be unique. Key attribute value should be unique. It cannot be duplicated or it cannot be a null, like a roll number for a student. So it is a key attribute for a student. So that is a roll number cannot be duplicated. It cannot be null because it uniquely identifies the student. So this is an example of attributes like name. Name is a composite attribute because it is subdivided into first name and last name. Okay. SSN. SSN is a key attribute because it uniquely identifies a person, because each person has a unique SSN number. So it is a key attribute. Next is hobbies. Hobbies is represented by double eclipse, and it is called the multi-valued attribute because one person can have more than one hobbies, so it is a multi-valued attribute, so it holds more than one value. Next is age. Age is a derived attribute and it is derived from the birth date. So derived attribute is denoted by a dotted eclipse. So it is a derived attribute that is called the address. Address is a single attribute, so it contains us one address of a person, so it is a single valued address or simple attribute. So this is the example of a attribute, types of attribute. Next is relationships. Third one is relationship. Relationship means association of multiple entities. So we combine the just link the entities. So there is a relation between the entities is called the relationship. So relationship is an association among several entities. A relationship set is a set of relationship of the same type. For example, consider two entity set, customers and account. Then we define the relationship customer account to denote the association between the customers and their account. This is called the binary relationship, simple. So relationship denotes the relationship between the two entities. Okay. So that is called the relationship. So there are four types of relationships: one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one, or many-to-many. So they are the four types of relationships. Like we are customer has a relationship with the account. So it maps with the customer, maps with the account. So customer and account number. So visualizing relationship as a table, pair of entities participation in the relationship. So cardinality constraint is also called the types of mapping. So cardinality constraint, what is cardinality constraint? So cardinality constraint is association among the several entities. So there are four types of many-to-many, many-to-one, one-to-many, and fourth one is one-to-many. So there are four types of cardinality. Okay. Number one is many-to-many. In this many-to-many, what is mapping? So mapping cardinality ratio expresses the number of entities to which another entity can be associated via relationship set. We shall concentrate on only binary relationship sets only. Okay. So many-to-many relationship. A many-to-many relationship describes entity that may have many relationships among each other. For example, one customer may have many items and one item may be bought by many customers. So this is the example of many-to-many. And a student may be taught by many teachers and a teacher teaches many students. This is called the many-to-many relationships. Many-to-one relationship. Many-to-one is a relationship entity in an entity set A is associated with at most one entity in entity set B. So what is there? So for example, there can be many loans belonging to one customer, and one customer can take many loans. So there can be many loans belonging to one customer. One customer can have more than one loans, but one customer can take many loans. One customer can take many loans. That is called the many-to-one relationship. Many-to-one relationships, one-to-one relationships. One-to-one relationship means an entity in A is associated with at most one entity in B, and can entity in B is associated with at most one entity in B. For example, a single employee sits in his own single cabin and cabin belongs to a single employee. Or for example, each department has only one head of department. So each department has only one head of department is called one-to-one. Then next is one-to-many. One-to-many means an entity in A is associated with any number of entities in B. For example, a school may have many students and many students can belong to a single school. So this is called one-to-many. So these are the components of a ER model. The number one is entity, second one is attribute, and third one is relationship. And relationship has a four types: one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one, and many-to-many. So these are the four types of relationships. So that's all for today. I will cover in the next session what are the keys, what are the superclass, subclass, etc. Thank you so much.